Travis Colt and Kevin Hogg back once again, rounding out episode 98 with your weekly dose of indie news.
Yes, I'm Kevin Hogg and that's Travis Colt. If you're confused on who belongs to which name, which you shouldn't be, because we've said it lots of times before, and there's names down below us.
Yeah, the video starts with the names below us. So.
Yeah.
But just in case you didn't know, thanks for clearing that up, Travis Colt.
I do what I can, Kevin. Me, not me.
We're going to start with some results, and Kevin Hogg's going to kick it off with Girls Night Out.
Yeah, AAW gave us Girls Night Out 17. Not exclusively Girls Night Out. There's one guy match.
We had one dude match.
One dude match. It was on the 30th. If you're trying to keep track, it was in Cleveland, Ohio, because it was AAW, and that's where they roll.
That's them stomping grounds.
Yeah, so it's Solo Darling defeat MJ Jenkins. Maria Manic defeated Samantha Heights. Angel Dust defeated Brittany Blake. Crazy Mary Dobson defeated Nikki Sabo. Marty Bell defeated Kelly Klein. Britt Baker defeated Sonia Strong. In the dude match, Bandolero defeated Skyda Jr., DJZ, and El Gringo Loco. Mia Yim handed a defeat to Shayna Baszler. And Gail Kim defeated Lufisto in the main event.
Nice.
Now, you have the results.
I do.
And you're going to want to skip to the time on the screen. You see it? You better see it. You better skip to it if you don't want to be spoiled on what's going to happen this week on Ring of Honor TV on, what is it, Pop or Comet? Comet.
Pop is TNA.
Cop and Pommet. Yeah, it's on Comet.
Pop Comet.
Yeah, it's going to happen, what, Wednesday?
Yes, it'll be Wednesday on Comet if you plan on watching it. But if you're still listening, we're going to talk about it now.
Yeah, so your fault.
We open up with an 8-man tag team match.
More than 7.
We are still in, this is still the Honor Rising show that happened back in February. We had Tomoki Honma, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Moose and Michael Elgin taking on the Bullet Club's Cody Hall, Yujiro Takahashi, Tama Tonga, and Bad Luck Fale. Lots of stuff going on. Cody Hall wrestles exactly like his father.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. He's just a bald Razor Ramon, which is really very strange to watch. Good match, though. It was good to see him actually have a match. I think this is the first time I've seen him wrestle.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often on televised events.
Yeah, definitely not. But he was in the ring with Moose. They were kind of going back and forth, trading blows.
Because Cody Hall's a pretty big kid.
He is. And he's trying to hit the Razor's Edge on Moose. And then this kicks off the everyone hits a move on everyone just constantly, which ends with Michael Elgin actually body pressing Tanahashi out onto the rest of the members of the Bullet Club, this allowing Moose to hit a spear on Cody Hall, and the Bullet Club take the loss to the guys that I already said, because it's a lot of words. I'm not going to say it again. It's not the Bullet Club.
Honma? Was it Honma?
Honma, Tanahashi, Moose, and Elgin.
Yeah.
Then we had kind of a talking about what led into the upcoming main event, which is Colt Cabana versus Jay Lethal. I'll give you a quick rundown now, but I'll be talking more about it in the upcoming shows. Colt Cabana returned, wants a shot at the ROH title because Jay Lethal said there's nobody left, but Colt Cabana has never...
I'm left, bitch.
Yeah, Colt Cabana says, hey, you know what, you said you beat everyone, but you've never beaten me, so give me a shot. Lethal says, no, I don't think you're worthy. I think there's one other person that's more worthy than you, and that's Cheeseburger. He ended up beating Cheeseburger at a show recently, and this actually kind of pissed off Cabana. So Cabana came out after the match was over and said, you know what, you don't want to face me because I don't think you can beat me. And I'm ready. I'm in my gear. I think I could beat you right now, Jay Lethal. And he did beat him in a one-on-one match, so now Colt Cabana will face Jay Lethal.
But it was non-title.
Non-title, yes. So now Colt Cabana will face Jay Lethal at Global Wars, but we'll get into that with upcoming shows. Yeah. And the main event of ROH TV was the Briscoes taking on Anderson and Gallows. This is one of the last matches of Anderson and Gallows in New Japan.
Yeah, this is 3 tough guys with little hair and 1 tough guy with lots of hair.
Yes. A very physical match. Lots of just hitting each other as hard as they possibly could.
A lot of feet and forearms involved when you get these two teams around each other.
Exactly. And in the end, we had Anderson and Jay Briscoe doing a really good job of reversing. Like, it was going for the Jay Driller and then flipping it around, and then Anderson trying to go for the gun stun, and just back and forth, just trading reversals on each other. Eventually, Anderson gets laid out. Gallows gets taken out by Jay Briscoe, while Mark Briscoe heads up to the top, hits a froggy bow. He rolls back out to make sure Gallows stays out of the ring, and Jay Briscoe pins Carl Anderson for the win. And that was it for ROH TV. I'll be talking about more of ROH when we do the upcoming shows. But we got one quick news story from Kevin Hawk, and it entails in regards to one Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah, so negative news if you're a Mike Bailey fan, which we are.
We're very big fans of Mike Bailey.
We've been impressed by him, especially over the last year and a half.
Yeah, all of his stuff in PWG has been really good.
And apparently, he was caught trying to travel across the border to work shows here in the States without a proper working visa, and therefore is banned from working in the United States for 5 years. That's a bummer because he was definitely the star to watch, the star on the rise in PWG.
Yeah, and
getting ready to do some big stuff at Evolve.
And I think a lot, WWE, when they kind of did their joining with Evolve, said Mike Bailey was one of the guys to look forward to in the coming years. And he was getting a lot of good pushes on different indie shows.
Yeah, he's going to try to appeal it because he was in the process of getting a working visa through Combat Zone Wrestling, which is another place that he was frequently wrestling at. So if that ends up coming through, he could possibly appeal and get it either shortened down to a year or less, or completely lifted, which would be rad.
Yeah,
to get him back to the States, because it'd be kind of crappy if we don't get to see Mike Bailey here in the States until 2021.
Damn.
And another idea that I just thought about, because you talked about the WWE with the Evolve working together stuff, is that it would be kind of cool to see WWE pull the strings and get the work visa faster, because they do it for so many other wrestlers from outside the country.
Yeah,
and because there's such a big company can sponsor somebody and get all that paperwork to just go through so much faster.
And and when you've got a wrestling titan like WWE helping you out, people.
Right, and it's a legitimate huge corporation.
Yeah, exactly. They have so much business happens in that company that if they were to help pull the strings and get Mike Bailey back in the States, it'd be awesome. I don't necessarily see it happening, but WWE, if you're listening, Triple H, let's help Mike Bailey get back to the States.
Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping my fingers crossed, keeping the hope out that they would have interest in pulling Mike Bailey in for the Cruiserweight Invitational. Therefore, getting him into the States again.
Do it.
I think it would be a win-win for everyone, but that's not technically always what happens. We don't always get the win-win situations, and if it doesn't happen, it does suck, because Bailey's awesome. We like to see him here in the States.
We do.
5-year ban is kind of a big bummer.
Kind of a drag.
Yeah, but that would be cool if you could get it appealed. That too. That'd be rad. But for now, all of you guys watching from different countries, tell your local promoters you want to see Mike Bailey, because he's looking for bookings.
Yep, especially in the Canadian region.
Yeah, Canada, Mexico, Japan, Europe, anywhere that's not the United States. Contact Mike Bailey.
Hell, let's get him in Japan and see if ROH can help appeal the situation.
A lot of people are saying that he should go to Japan and work with Dragon Gate.
Oh, there you go.
Being fast and martial arts oriented. He'd be a good fit there. Yeah, so off of that story, because we don't want to dwell too much on some bad news, we're going to get up to upcoming shows. Starting with one that you have that's, hold your horses real quick, it's not during the weekend, it's during the week.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yes.
Which, don't adjust your sets, or they don't even call them that anymore.
No.
Monitors, laptop, tablet, don't adjust any of that.
Don't adjust your device.
Yeah.
That's what we'll say.
It's a Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday our time. I don't know if it's Tuesday their time.
No, it'll be Tuesday because for us it'll be like 3 in the morning when it's like showtime for them. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestling Dontaku. This is in Fukuoka, Japan, at the Fukuoka Kokusai Center. I think I said that right. I don't know for sure. But we have ourselves 10 matches on this show.
Go, tell them.
So, we have a tag team match where Bad Luck Fale and Yujiro Takahashi will take on Captain New Japan and Juice Robinson. We have an 8-man tag team match where Chaos's Gato, Kazushi Sakuraba, Will Ospreay, and Yoshihashi will take on David Finlay, Jay White, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Tiger Mask. RPG Vice will be giving Ricochet and Matt Sydal their rematch for the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Michael Elgin, and Yoshitatsu defend their never open weight against the Elite, giving the Elite their rematch for the titles. We have Gorillas of Destiny, that's Tamatonga and Tangaroa, defending the IWGP, No, they are actually getting a shot at the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles against Togi Makabe and Tomoki Honma. We have Katsuyori Shibata defending the Never Openweight Championship against Yuji Nagata.
Yuji Nagata, legend. Not in the making, legend in real life.
The challenge was thrown out not too long ago. Jushin Thunder Liger getting his shot against Kushida for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
I feel like Jushin Liger's probably a little heavy. They might be stretching the truth there.
You never know. Evil will take on Hiroki Goto in singles competition. Also in singles, we have Kazuchika Okada taking on Sanada. And Tetsuya Naito will defend his IWGP Heavyweight Championship against ROH TV Champion Tomohiro Ishii.
Hey, that guy could leave the show potentially international double champion.
Yeah, that's
kind of a cool deal.
That's a pretty big deal.
That'd be a big feather in the cap of a man who could say that he's television champion of an American promotion and heavyweight champion of a promotion from his home country.
It's a pretty big deal. I think I did a good job saying those names, but I'm going to take a break because I got more of them coming up. But I'm going to send it over to you because you got more upcoming shows.
I do. I have upcoming shows which are going to take us to the weekend. Where the shows that we talk about normally happen.
Yes.
We've got
throwing it off with my New Japan stuff.
Yeah. The 6th, we have AAW's Take No Prisoners. This is going to be in their current stomping grounds in Marionette Park, Illinois. We've got a handful of matches already announced. We're going to have Candice LeRae versus Jessica Havoc. Bucky Collins will team up with the Hooligans. They will take on Dan Barry, Chuck Taylor, and Colt Cabana.
Boom, boom.
I feel like that team is a good recipe for some comedic wrestling. We have Michael Elgin and Juice Robinson, two guys who you were just talking about.
Indeed.
They're going to be wrestling each other on the show. We're going to have a match I know that we're fond of. We've seen it before, we'll probably see it again, and we usually enjoy it every single time because they're going to have Pentagon Jr. versus Phoenix.
Always a good match. And they're brothers, by the way.
In the main event, Sami Callihan will defend the AAW Championship against Tommaso Ciampa.
All right. Sounds like a pretty solid show.
Also happening on the 6th, we've got our friends over at Chikara.
Chikara!
This is going to be their live at First Energy Stadium circa 2016. They've been doing it every year for a few years now, and here are just a few matches. I'm sure there's probably going to be more than 3, but here's 3 of the matches they have signed already. They've got Fire Ant versus Officer Warren Barksdale, the Thunder Frog versus Hollow Wicked, and Dasher Hatfield taking on the Proletariat Boar of Moldova. And last but not least, on the 6th, is going to be Evolved 60 from, and I might butcher this name, but it's Joppa, Maryland. Joppa,
Jopa?
something like that. It's not a place where they're normally from, but it's the MCW arena for Maryland, what was formerly Maryland Championship Wrestling. Now they just go by MCW. We're going to have a tag team match between the Bravado Brothers and the Devastation Corporation. Matt Riddle versus Tony Nese. Leo Rush versus Caleb Conley, Johnny Gargano versus Marty Scurll, Drew Galloway versus Ethan Page, Catch Point, that's Drew Gulak and Tracy Williams are defending their Evolved Tag Team Championships against TJ Perkins, aka now known as TJP, and Fred Yehi. And in the main event, we're going to have a grudge match between Chris Hero and Zack Sabre Jr.
Nice.
That's not all, though. That's just on Friday.
Yeah. It's still
because
Saturday.
We've got Saturday the 7th, which we're starting out 2 p.m. bell time at the Wrestle Factory with our friends at
Chikara again.
Yeah, this is going to be Whisper House. I don't feel like it's a very solidly built house. I feel like Whispers could easily be a weak foundation.
Well, then you might want to be careful about how you say these matches.
Yeah, so we've got 2 singles matches. We're going to have Hollow Wicked versus Silver Ant.
That'd be
No,
good.
Hollow Wicked versus Soldier Ant.
Still good.
And Silver Ant versus Frightmare. So we got some Colony Nightmare Warriors
alright.
singles action going on. And we're going to have NRG versus Juan Francisco de Coronado and Prakash Sabar. And in the main event, Princess Kimber Lee will be defending the Grand Championship of Chikara against the Savage Jaka of the BDK.
Interesting.
That's a 2 p.m. bell time. Now, if you got a 6:30 p.m. showtime in Queens, New York for Evolve 61.
You could maybe make both of these shows. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe.
depending on when the Chikara one ended.
Yeah.
Because that's not too bad of a drive. Probably a couple hours. Yeah, Evolve 61, Queens, New York. We're going to have Ethan Page versus Christensen. We're going to have the Bravado Brothers versus Milk Chocolate. We're going to have an upcoming Stars on the Rise match as 2 extremely popular guys in Evolve. Matt Riddle and Leo Rush will face off one-on-one. Zack Sabre Jr. will face Marty Scurll. And then we're going to have the 2 Evolve qualifiers for the WWE Cruiserweight Open. That's going to be Drew Gulak versus Tracy Williams, both tag team champions of the team Catch Point, will be facing off. And then Fred Yehi and TJ Perkins, the other team they've been defending the previous day, will be facing each other. So 2 of those 4 men are going to qualify.
Nice.
And in the main event, we're going to have Drew Galloway versus Johnny Gargano.
Former Evolve Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. A lot of Evolve Tag Team Champion-y things going on.
A lot of battles.
And one of those guys is going to be in the Evolve, or the Cruiserweight Open too, because Johnny Gargano's
Gargano's already in.
signed up to be participating.
Sweet.
And lastly but not leastly, also happening, if you just want to hang around the Wrestle Factory for a few hours, until the 7 o'clock start time of The Distant Future by Chikara.
Chikara again. I don't know why I did that.
So we got a tag team match pitting Delmy Exo and Ashley Fox. Those are the C Stars. If you remembered their appearance in the Tag World Grand Prix this year, they are taking on the Gentlemen's Club duo of the Swamp Monster and Orange Cassidy.
Interesting.
Also, we are going to have Argus versus Officer Warren Barksdale, and the Osirian Portal will go 2-on-2 with Matthew St. Jacques and Thomas Dubois, Tabernacle team, who they got into quite a scuffle with during Tag World Grand Prix weekend as well.
Go Portal.
But that's not what everyone's talking about.
No.
Everyone's talking about the main event
Oh.
of the Distant Future, which is the Infinite Gauntlet.
That is indeed the talk of the indie world currently.
33 participants. One will emerge every 88 seconds. It'll be a random draw style like a Royal Rumble. And eliminations are, much like the Royal Rumble, over the top rope. both feet touching the floor, or a little twist, a pinfall can eliminate you as well.
No submissions?
No submissions, no countouts, no disqualifications.
Pinfalls or top rope elimination. Got it.
Yeah. All right, and we have 26
Out of 30.
out of 33. That's like more than 2/3 of the participants, basically.
Yeah, we got.
Lots. I don't know how to do percentages that well.
It's like
Not in my head.
it's 4/5.
You're in there somewhere. But we're gonna, without further ado, start heading into them. They've got
do it.
the grand champion currently of Chikara, Kimberly, and former grand champions Hollow Wicked and Icarus have all been announced.
Nice.
We also have the current Young Lions Cup, the Thunder Frog, and the former Young Lions Cups champions Heidi Lovelace and Mr. Touchdown
Nice.
are all involved. We also have Cobalt of the Batiri, Jervis Cottonbelly, Fire Ant, and Worker Ant of the Colony,
All right.
Dasher Hatfield, Juan Francisco de Coronado, and Prakash Sabar, Jakob Hammermeyer, the leader of the BDK, Lucas Calhoun and Missile Assault Man of Battleborn will both be in it. Both Hermit Crab and Rock Lobster are scheduled to be in it. Blind Rage, Wani, Touch Phillips, formerly known as Rick Beanbag, formerly known as Bug Nevins, formerly known as Scoot Tatum, formerly known as Chuck Taylor. He's going to be in it. Arctic Rescue Ant, who we don't see too much of.
No.
He's going to be up in that business.
All up in that business.
Yeah. And the Prince of Queens, Brian Myers, makes his Chikara debut. Along with, we know that Sydney Bacabella is bringing in a mystery entrant. So that could be anyone. Literally anybody. And there's going to be 2 Chikara returns, as we're going to see Cheech Hernandez.
Nice.
And former Young Lions Cup champion, former King of Trios winner, Shane Storm.
Hey,
Will
that
be-
Japanese move.
He'll be dusting off the stop sign as the unionized traffic regulator makes his return to a Chikara ring.
Very cool.
That's a lot of stuff going on.
There's
That's
still
6 shows on 2 days that I'm covering. And you still have a Sunday show.
I do indeed. I don't know how much of a break I got, but I got some more Japanese names to throw at you because we have ROH versus New Japan. This is Global Wars 2016. This will be at the Frontier Fieldhouse in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. This is on Sunday the 8th. And we have ourselves 8 matches on this particular show.
That's more than 7.
Thanks for that.
I said that earlier in the video when you said 8-man tag.
This will be on
Indubitably.
This will be a dark match, possibly maybe they have a pre-show. This is on pay-per-view, so if you want to watch it, it is live on pay-per-view.
Watch the pay-per-view.
But we have a Women of Honor match. We have Mary Dobson taking on Kelly Klein. We have a tag team match where the Addiction will take on Cheeseburger and his teacher of the Palm Strike, Jushin Thunder Liger. We have an 8-man tag team match where the Bullet Club's Matt and Nick Jackson, Tomatonga and Tonga Roa will take on the Motor City Machine Guns and Matt Seidel and Kushida. So lots of fast pace.
That's the time flippers.
The Motor City.
The time flipping machine guns.
All right. We have Tetsuya Naito taking on Kyle O'Reilly in singles action. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi and Michael Elgin versus Kazuchika Okada and Moose in tag team action.
I could really see myself getting behind a tag team of Okada and Moose if that became a regular.
Team Dropkick.
Yeah. Team Dropkick, or just like the Rainmaker and Giant Dude who will fuck you up.
We have Bobby Fish getting his one-on-one chance for the ROH TV title against Tomohiro Ishii. War Machine will defend the ROH Tag Team titles against the Briscoes. And, of course, in the main event, Jay Lethal defends the ROH World title against
Colt Cabana. Boom, boom. It's Colt Cabana.
That is it for ROH versus New Japan's Global Wars 2016. That is it for upcoming shows. So that means that is it for for this week's indie news.
Except I do want to make one quick story released off the top of my head is the King of Trios second team has been announced. First team originally, I don't even know if we touched on who the first team was, but it's Team Sendai Girls. They represented, had a team representing them, I think, 2 trios tournaments ago.
Yeah, it was 2013 or 14.
Same year that the Spectral Envoy won, I believe. So, we now have Team Shimmer.
Yes.
Which will be comprised of Crazy Mary Dobson, Candice LeRae, and former Chikara roster member Madison Eagles.
So, the first 2 trios teams, all women.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, I don't think it holds quite the buzz as the first 2 teams being announced being the Bullet Club and Team AAA.
Yeah.
But that means there's still 14 teams left.
But keeping with the fact that this past year has been a big year for women's wrestling.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to step out of the gate for King of Trios.
Absolutely.
So, giving those ladies a fair shot.
So check it out, and if you want tickets are available at Chikara Tix. And first 4 rows of all 3 nights are already sold out. There's general admission left, and if you buy it, there's a ticket package. If you buy all 3 nights at the same time for a $60 total, you get a free ticket to the Night 2 Fan Conclave. So check that out. Let's do it. There you go. Quack, free plug for your show. I just told them where to get tickets and how to do it. Fly us out next year. Now that's it.
Now thanks for watching.
That's for real it. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Thank you to all those that have been commenting on videos.
Absolutely.
Jamie.
That's you.
Jamie, we appreciate the newer options to
and we're definitely going to be talking about Attack Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, we're just
one of your suggestions, and it's going to be on the regular here as soon as we start getting upcoming shows from them.
Yeah, once we know when they're doing stuff, we will be talking about them. And we are going to be adding them to the list of people that are down in the description. Check them all out. All the people that we talk about regularly on the show, like New Japan Pro Wrestling.
ChikaraPro.com is on there.
ROHWrestling.com.
CZWrestling.com.
LookMonoFans.com.
And lots more.
And then below all that are all of our links where you get updates to videos, you get weekly pictures on the Instagram.
You get our Man Crush Monday.
Yeah, all that stuff. Plus, if you follow us on Twitter, we do live updates during pay-per-views sometimes. If you check out the Facebook, there will be posts during WWE Payback. We'll be having that review coming out first on episode 99. And then all the videos that we did this week, you can find up in that playlist next to Kevin Hawk.
Brilliant. It's right there.
Yes. All of our usual reviews, plus predictions for WWE Payback, are up there in the playlist.
Next week, you'll be getting all the same videos, but instead of predictions, it's results, and we'll get Thomas's top 5.
Yeah, we're actually going to get a springtime top 10.
Yeah, because we've had March and April top 5 lists so far.
So it'll be
a top
pre-Mania
10.
and post-Mania is what you're going to get. So, once again, thanks for watching. Be sure to join us for episode 99.
We love
Get closer to when we drop that second channel we've been talking about.
Yeah,
it's
around
coming
episode
soon.
100.
Yes.
So keep your eyes peeled to the YouTube screens. We're going to start having links to that in the description so you can watch Fantasy Warfare and all the other videos that will be going up.
Indeed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Woo!